Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, it's Josh Sub, aka AskJoshy on YouTube, and here we have Game 2 of this best of 3 between LzGaMeR and Sinatra. Game 1 is posted already on my channel, so please go take a look at it if you haven't yet. I will be referencing it probably a couple of times throughout this game. So yeah, go watch that if you can. This game was played as part of a best of 3 for IC Cup TV League number 12. This commentary is brought to you by PokerDiscounts.com. As always, if you have a couple of minutes after the cast, please go check them out, especially if you're planning on playing any online poker anytime soon. So Sinatra, very good Protoss player from RS Gaming. You can see he's talking about it there. Day 9 and Tasteless both were members of RS Gaming way back in the day. LzGaMeR, of course, a member of Team Evil Geniuses, doing very well for himself throughout the beta, making many appearances in tournaments, ITLs, all sorts of things, so always can expect a good game out of him. Sinatra last game was unfortunately harassed endlessly by LzGaMeR in the beginning of the game and was forced to make a void ray to counter, and basically spent a lot of resources in tech where he wishes he didn't have to. He ended up getting warp gates really late in that game, so hopefully this time, since they are at cross positions, LzGaMeR won't be just the tyrant of this game and Sinatra will be able to do what he wants and show us what he's capable of. So he is going to go ahead and send that first scout out, dropping by the Xel'Naga Watchtower briefly just to see if he can catch a glimpse of LzGaMER's scout somewhere on the minimap, and he did not, of course, because LzGaMeR has chosen not to scout just yet. He is going to get that barracks and refinery up. Looks like this time he did build a supply depot. Last time he just went 11 barracks, 11 refinery, and ended up getting a supply depot a little bit later. So a little bit different build here from him this time. And not sure what we can expect. I know that LzGaMeR is a big fan of Thors specifically, but can't really bank on him making Thors every single game. Sinatra sending his probe by that watchtower again, not seeing LzGaMER scout because LzGaMeR was so very late in scouting in this game. Sinatra is going to check this close flying spawn just to make sure he's not there, and since he saw no wall off or any buildings just yet, he is just going to turn around. So he's, by process of elimination, decided and figured out that LzGaMeR is over here on this far left position. So Sinatra basically has a little bit of freedom. He can continue scouting if he wants, or just start into his build order. LzGaMeR, on the other hand, only knows that where Sinatra is not, and he knows that Sinatra is not in this bottom position. So probe runs into a marine, decides, hey, I'd rather live than die, and Sinatra actually sending out a second probe, and the fact that he's already scouted all these positions, building a pylon outside of his base. That's sort of a proxy pylon, sort of a forward pylon, not sure what he's going to be doing with it just yet. Warpgate is researching. Gonna pull up that production tab just so we don't miss anything. Looks like LzGaMeR is going for that factory after that initial barracks, unlike last time. Marine scores a little probe kill right there in the corner, and Sinatra, after this pylon finishes, goes ahead and builds 2 gateways right off the bat. LzGaMeR scouting around has only seen Cybercore and 1 warp gate this far into the game with 2 gas. He should be expecting something a little bit more than what Sinatra's got in the base, and Sinatra actually building 3 additional gateways out here by this proxy pylon, so it is hidden tech. I mean, with warp gates, really he could put the gateways anywhere he wanted and just warp them into this frontal pylon. Instead of, he just actually builds all 3 of his gateways in this frontal position. So that's kind of interesting. Obviously LzGaMeR has taken a couple of laps around the space and still not seen 3 additional gateways, so he's really not sure what to expect. He's probably expecting a proxy void ray or something, just because how sparse his opponent's base is. So he's going to send his SCV around some more just to look for any kind of weird placement for buildings. But Sinatra building another forward pylon out here by this Xel'Naga Watchtower. So really, again, doesn't really matter where these gateways are, but the fact that they're hidden between brush keeps LzGaMeR from finding it. Here he sends his SCV around looking for that closest void ray tech, not going to find anything. Instead, Sinatra is able to warp in 4 stalkers at a time, 5 stalkers already on the field. Going to put another forward pylon, and check here, that pylon here actually has range up on this cliff, so if he is able to get up the ramp, he will be able to warp in as needed. And looks like LzGaMeR did go for that 1-1-1. You see he has one tank and one Viking, but the Stalker's already up the ramp, able to kill a couple of Marines before backing off. So this pylon's going to finish. Like I said, he has room to warp up here. He even pulled another pylon over here on the left with room to warp up over here. So as long as he can keep some unit alive there, he warps in 3 Zealots into the base, doesn't even have to get through supply depots or barracks or anything, is able to just warp in units right away, and you can see SCVs and tanks all over the place trying to mow down these Zealots, but with Chrono Boost and a good number of gateways, Sinatra will be able to have pretty good unit production here. If LzGaMER is able to hold this off, he's going to be kicking himself that he didn't have all these SCVs gathering minerals this whole time. If 2 tanks and a repair force can hold off tons and tons of tier 1, then LzGaMER will be in good position, but more likely what's going to happen is he'll run out of units, Sinatra will be able to keep mining endlessly and overwhelm him with units. So LzGaMER really needs to decide now what he wants to do with these SCVs instead of just having them sit there. So these 2 Zealots run all the way from the right side to the left, able to warp in even more units up here, drop some force fields, and move into the mineral line. Finally, LzGaMER did bring them back to the mineral line just to be punished by these tier 1 units of Sinatra. Tanks and SCVs not really able to get around those force fields, and it looks like Sinatra still has several units alive here. LzGaMER forced to pull out his SCVs yet again just to be able to deal with this. If we look at units, he's down to only 12 SCVs while Sinatra's at 28 probes. And this tank trying to do the best he can. He hasn't been able to build another tank, Viking, or even barracks unit. He's only got 100 minerals to his name, so Sinatra doing very well with this constant harassment. He can even back up again and do another warp-in cycle. There he goes. 2 more Stalkers, and LzGaMER, unable to do anything in his own base, just yells GG and leaves. So that ties the series up 1-1, and we're going to move on to Game 3 now, so please stick around.